As you can sort of see, I've got a lot of accessories wired up. Lights, light bar, winch, ditch lights, little fog lights, rear facing lights as well. A lot of stuff, and to be honest, I've kind of made a bit of a mess of it. Everything's wired up, everything works, it just could be done a bit better. And what I mean by that is, it's a little bit ugly under the bonnet. And what I mean by ugly is, you know, you look at my battery terminal, it got heaps of stuff just hanging off of it. You come under here and you got these fuses just everywhere. There's relays, like everywhere there's a hole. I've got a relay bolted in. It's just, it could be nicer. So I'm gonna have a go at fixing it, make it a little bit nicer, redo my wiring, which anyone that knows me knows I love doing electrical work. It's my favorite thing in the world. Really frustrating. I actually hate doing electrical, but hey, let's see how this goes. New toy from Go Off-Road. Let's open it up and let's give it a crack. All right, so this is a Auxbeam switch panel. So basically, instead of having relays and wires and fuses and stuff going everywhere, the idea is this is a single box, you put it under your bonnet, it's got all the relays and fuses and everything built into it. So you just hook up your positive and your negative and off you go, basically. Everything's all compact and a lot neater. I've been putting this off. I've been meaning to do this for a while, but I've been really putting this off because I hate doing wiring. But hopefully, I mean, we're just cleaning up what we've already got. So hopefully it's not too bad. Mild foreshadowing, we'll see. Both Ned from Goat and Lockie King have both been trying to convince me to do this for a while, so I'm finally doing it. All right, guys, you happy? Goat Off-Road sticker, shiny one. It's always very nice. Coming through the box, we got, I think that's the control box. It's actually a lot smaller than I thought it was. That's the control panel. It's actually pretty good. All right, I was a little bit worried about it being a bit sort of, like when I've seen the videos of it, you see that there's a clicking to it. It's actually more solid than I thought it was. I was a little bit nervous about the control panel. That's probably the thing I was most nervous about, is if this was a bit cheap and nasty, but that's actually quite a solid click. You're not gonna be pressing and buttons by accident and making a bit of a mess of it, which is good. And then there's the bracket to mount it all in the car. Cool, all right, this should be hopefully nice and simple. And then to help get it all under the bonnet, I've also got the mil-spec designs bracket that they do for it. So hopefully that makes it all nice and neat. Now I just gotta work out how it all goes together. How does this open up? Push the tab. Oh, look at that. So under the lid, you got spare fuses. And then this is where all the magic happens. So you just got all your terminals, you hook up your positive and negative, you got a fuse for each one. Your battery, positive and negative, just goes on here. And then all your relays and everything are all built in as well. So yeah, should make this really simple actually. All right, so step one, we just got to take this cover off because that will allow us to get to everything. Okay, that comes off. Now for safety's sake, I'm thinking I should probably disconnect everything from the battery because, you know, what could go wrong? Try a bit of tape on them. So that's all separated now. Now we can undo that. Nice and long. All right, so that's our forward bit. I feel really stupid. Oh, I'm bolting it down there. Right. Okay, nice and easy to get to. What we're gonna do is basically take the glow plug relay, and the relocation bracket replaces the original forward bracket. So this replaces that. So that goes onto there. And then these holes go onto the battery cradle, which is all the way down there. But I might try to pull some of this shit out of the way first before I do that. What a mess my original wiring setup was. Bird's nest. thinking I'm almost having to approach this backwards, where I basically got to unwire all my accessories and kind of just start over, which is a bigger job than I thought it was going to be. This is why I was putting it off, but here we are, we've started. Look at the negative terminal lug just hanging on for dear life as well. That's why we're redoing this. Even on this side, I'd actually forgotten how many relays I had wired up, so we might be here a while. I have a lot of difficulty starting jobs like this. I may be undiagnosed ADHD, but I found the best method to starting one of these really sort of tedious jobs you don't really want to do is just start, because you have to finish it. Otherwise, if you don't, you can't get to work tomorrow. So jump in feet first and work it out because you have to. Now, unfortunately, to get to everything on this, all these plates have to come off as well. I think it's a 13 from memory. No shit, it is a 13. That was purely a guess based on how I vaguely remember doing this last time. Got a 13. Make sure it's spinning the right way. And drop this one off as well. There we go, plates off. All right, and then I can start ripping the guts out of all my wiring to get it all out again. Because I've got to basically pass all the old relays back through how it was run, and then we can start again with just cable. All right, things are now getting complicated enough. I need to start labeling things. So DITs for the ditch lights, FOGs, fog lights, etc., etc. Oh man, how good are cars? Why is this so fiddly? Far out. That was not easy to get to. It's all very easy to wire up, which is nice. So positive and negative on there. All right, so I'll just take a second to explain what I've done. So this is a relay that was running all the spotlights on the front. So in Australia, it's a legal requirement that the spotlights are able to turn on and off with the headlights at the same time. So you have to have a headlight jumper, or a high beam jumper rather. Unfortunately, this doesn't have a headlight high beam jumper functionality. So what I've done is I've hooked up the previous relay that we had in there that did have a headlight jumper, and I'm using that relay with the switch in the cabin. I'm gonna basically short circuit so it's on all the time and then just turn on and off the power with this. So the idea is you switch power on off, but it still won't trigger because the relay needs the high beam jumper. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, I've run into a technical problem. This control box is supposed to mount on the back of this plate. However, it does not fit. The design has changed and the box is now bigger than what it used to be. So I've got to cut some bits to make it fit. Ta-da! Fits. Oh yeah. All right, so most of the wiring's done now. I think actually all the wiring's done now. I just haven't done the rear lights. The rear lights are set up differently because I want them off of a relay so it runs off the second battery. That way I can sort of also use them as camp lights. So everything should be ready to go. Let's fire it up and see how we've ended up. Lots of noises, fuel pump fired up. So, cool thing with this too is you've got an app which lets you control everything. We should have fog lights, ditch lights on the bonnet, they're doing their thing. Dust lights on the back, oh, they got to go with the high beam. All right, and then light bar. Very cool. And we're missing a couple. I've stuffed something up, but how cool is this? All remotely, and then the other thing you can do as well is you can change the modes. So for example, you do like a momentary switch. That literally just goes as you push it. Momentary or pulsed. Look at that. And you can change the frequency of the pulsing too. Okay, slow all the way up to fast. That's cool. I like that. That's good for dust lights when you're running through the desert, so you don't get rear-ended. Yeah, that's cool. That's all really cool. But just got to do a little bit of troubleshooting to fix that last bit. I worked out what the issue with this is. There was one of the grounds had popped out. We're now on Sunday. Finally got a morning to sort of sort this out between work and everything like that. That's the annoying thing about doing one of these projects is it's kind of hard to like when you work a normal job, trying to get time to sort of dedicate towards this. None of it's been super hard. It's just been a little bit difficult to try and work out what I did last time. So I could sort of like retrace my steps and undo all my old wiring so I can then redo the new stuff without all the relays and everything. So if you're starting from scratch, this Auxbeam thing is a really good idea. I'd really highly recommend it. Like if you're planning to set up for the first time and put accessories on for the first time, 100% do this Auxbeam thing. Doing all the new wiring has been so much easier. You literally just plug in the positive, negative, and then it just works. So super, super easy. The process of undoing all the old stuff is about as fun as a kick in the dick. So it's up to you if you guys want to do that challenge. Having done it, I'm glad I've done it. Yeah, it's one of those jobs, you know, like once it's done, it's great. It's just doing it. It's just, but yeah, I'll show you where I'm at now. All right, so now we're working on the interior of the car. So the light force fascia panel is out now. I've just got to get the cigarette lighter out. This is the original Ford factory panel that goes in there. So all you got to do is you just got to drill out the center hole out to 6 mil, and then the rest of it just goes through the 2 holes. Go Off-Road makes the like a 3D printed bracket, for the panel, so it mounts nicely and looks very, very clean. And the only other thing I've had to do as well is I've had to drill a hole for my handheld, my radio connector that goes in through it. And then what we're doing now is, so on the original things, all I've got to do now is I've just got to wire up the input and the output for my high beams so that they are basically like constantly on. So I was going to wire the input and output together, and then it will work with my headlight jumper, high beam jumper, which is good. These I can pull out completely now. I don't need them at all because they're wired directly up to the panel, the Auxbeam, and then it's just yeah, the rear lights. I've cut them out now. This is the input and output. The only reason this is different is because I've got my rears running off my second battery. So all I need to do is I can ignore the input, take the output wire, and if I touch that to the battery, see, they fire on. So I can just wire that directly up to my spot that I got allocated for it. And then we're nearly done. All right, so the under bonnet installation is complete. Look how much neater that is. I'm very happy with how that turned out. So this is the Auxbeam multi-switch all tucked away. The mil-spec designs panel all hiding it neatly. The only thing that's a bit awkward is this sort of circuit breaker thing. I don't even really know if it's required, but it comes with it. I think I might just drop a bit of double-sided tape under it and plonk it there. But yeah, otherwise it's done. Very neat. Quite a few accessories wired up, and it's just a nice, clean finish. Very happy with how that turned out. Massive improvement over what it was before. The interior also came up really nice. Installation's really clean looking with the Goat Off-Road bracket sitting in there. So there's no wires hanging down anywhere. It just looks flush and gives you that nice sort of factory finish. Fully controllable. You can go through all the different modes as well from inside the car. Very easy to use and good placement too. So overall, really happy with the Auxbeam. I highly recommend them if you're doing a new electrical setup. Really easy, super easy to wire up your accessories. Way easier than doing it with all different relays and fuses and everything like that. Look, if I was starting a new project from scratch, I'd 100% do it that way. Definitely way easier than doing it the other way with all the separate relays and fuses. Really happy with the result, and hope you enjoyed watching me go through the struggles of putting it in. If you enjoyed it, subscribe, like, and racing season starting soon, so the next one will be back in the race car. So we'll see you for that one. Cheers, thanks for watching.